What's that sound? I hear it all around. It's a Monday night, feeling just right. Hey everybody, it's time for another episode of Effin Rager. I'm your host Connor Clifton, joined as always by my lovely co-host Ned Gale. Ned, how the heck are you?
I'm doing just fantastic. I am spaced out.
Yeah.
Just came back from a flight last night. Got home at about 2 a.m. Fell asleep at about 3:30 a.m.
Ooh.
And I've just been readjusting to this Texas air.
Texas air. It's so fair. Ned, I got a rhyming dictionary while you were gone, but why don't you go ahead and tell
Do you
us?
only have one page?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
and it's all handwritten. So,
I
where'd
bought
you
it
go?
off a guy. Yeah. I went to Wyoming, or Idaho Falls, rather.
Ooh.
Right on the border. They were selling a lot of T-shirts that were called Whiteaho. So, yeah, I was like, why the hell you make all those? But no, I was over there for my good friend Tim Ness and Andrea's wedding, and
Yes.
it was beautiful. I did cry.
Oh, yeah, you cry at weddings. You're a big wedding crier.
I can't help it. I love it. It's a great event.
Well, that's good. That's very touching. I'm sure you'll be crying at my wedding because I'm not marrying you.
Because it's a funeral.
The death of a friendship.
Married to a coffin.
Well, listen, before we go too deep into your trip, I look, we got a guest today who also recently went on a trip. And we've had him on the show before. They're a radio legend. They're a radio natural. I I enjoyed the last time the guest was on, so I just want to bring him in, have someone help me grill you about your trip to Wyoming.
Okay, it's not a grill.
Look, everyone listening at home, your guest today, he's what did I do wrong?
Turn up the soundboard too. Turn up the soundboard too. It's the one next to it. No.
This? Did I do it?
Yeah, I think so. Very good. Keep doing your intro. You got it. This is natural.
Okay. Hey, your guest today is a poet, and he's the host of Radar Talk, a phenomenal podcast here in Houston. Welcome back, Francois Pointeau. Hey, Francois.
Hey! Am I on?
That's why I wanted the soundboard.
You are on, yes.
I am on.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not hearing myself, but I'm on.
Oh, you're not hearing yourself?
I think.
Oh, hang on. How about
There
now?
we go.
Coming in hot right now. Here, I'm
Yep,
gonna do it
yep.
so you're not like blowing out. Yeah, there you go.
All right, cool.
Sick.
As you can see, we've learned nothing since the last time you were gone. We're still trying as
And we
hard
just
as
have
we can.
more stuff to trip over.
And you have new boards and stuff on the council.
Yeah, you better believe it. We got a soundboard now.
Did you add new stuff to it?
I put on that applause sign. I got some new some music beds too that we can dip into a little bit later.
A little bit later? Okay.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
if you want to, I could talk about part of my trip this way. I put some of this in here. Feeling that?
All right. Ned, why don't you tell us about that groovy trip you took with those
Well, my
Clear Lake
friend.
cat friends of yours?
The night was Thursday. I went to sleep real late. Some could even say midnight, and I got up real early. Crack of dawn even, 3 a.m. Drove on I can't do this.
Oh, you were doing good.
I
Here,
thought so,
I'll try a different music video.
All right, Ned, why don't you tell me what's going on in Wyoming?
Well, we woke up right about 3 a.m. and got on a plane going right out of Houston, Texas. We got on.
Okay, I'm not doing these. It's really hard to recall memories
in character.
and still trying to do that. Yeah, but I do. I got a couple different
Okay.
beats on here whenever we need them.
Well, Francois, before we go into Ned's story, you just went to New Orleans.
I just went to New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
And the highlight of that trip is I got to play and hold a baby alligator.
Yeah,
What?
the picture I used today of
that-
you with that little alligator.
Yeah.
I love that
It
picture
was
so
a
much.
beautiful little guy, and it's just I never thought you could hold an alligator, and there you can. And they won't try to bite. They don't start biting until after 3 years of age. Apparently,
Okay.
that's what the girl said. And maybe she just
It was.
said
It wasn't
that.
like whipping its head back and like trying to get a little nib.
Yeah.
No, it was in my arms, like, please put me down, please put me down, please put me down, please put me down.
I believe gator biologists refer to that as the toothy threes.
I just thought I was Joe Biden for a second.
All right.
Did you? I mean, like, was it cute? Do you think you could raise one as your own?
Yes, but then they get big. They get to be 13, 14 feet long.
I know, it's
and they
breathtaking.
can eat you.
Yeah.
I think it's Miami Vice, the show where like one of their informants has a giant gator on a chain. That's like his pet.
What?
Yeah, look up Miami Vice gator chain. See what we get out of that.
Okay.
Francois, do you have much experience with gators?
None whatsoever. This was the first time in my life that I've held a gator. Up until last week, I don't think I could have told the difference between a gator and a crocodile. I'm not even sure that I could tell.
Oh, I was going to say, what is the difference? It has to do with their bottom teeth showing out of their mouth, isn't it?
The gator, I believe, has a long snout.
Okay.
And,
The crocodile has a
short
long snout.
Oh, it's the other
The
way
crocodile
around?
has a very long and narrow snout,
Yeah.
and they are faster.
And nastier.
They're into some real messed up stuff.
The crocodile is like salt water, and the alligator's like
Freshwater, yep.
Yeah.
They're swampy boys, and they're very fast on land.
Yes.
Oh, that's really scary. I searched Miami Vice gator chain. I'm just getting some cool necklaces with gators on them.
All right,
Here,
let's get a
I'll
few.
search it with that chain. Or is it an alligator or is it a crocodile? Oh, okay.
But either way, alligators and crocodiles
dope.
view you as potential food. That's just the way it goes.
Did you see any? So you saw baby alligators. Did you see any like full grown? Like
No,
did you
no,
like
no.
see any of those cool
So
gator shows?
It's a cool organization. It's in Jennings, Louisiana. It's called Gator Chateau, which is why I stopped, because the name of my book is Songs of the Rollin Chateau. So we had Chateau in our name, so I figured I have to stop. And basically, they rescue alligators, and then they release them back into the wild when they're about 3 years old. So that's kind
Turn
of
them up.
Turn them up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Now, yes, you mentioned your Kickstarter, or your book that's coming out, Songs of the Rollin Chateau. We mentioned, you talked about it a little bit on the last time you were on here.
Yes.
And now you got a Kickstarter
I'm
going.
in full swing Kickstarter mood. Kickstarter, it's going out there. It's ending in 11 days on September 21st.
Oh, my
Oh,
goodness.
man, that's coming
it's,
quick.
It's happening.
Yeah.
And it's basically I'm raising money to be able to print the book. And if you're looking at a postcard, and people on Facebook can totally see this right now, and basically this is artwork by Brian Wooten, and so you can buy, if you felt like it went on Kickstarter, there's a potential to buy a T-shirt, a poster, and of course the book, which is full of poems.
Now, see, I really like the artwork on here. We've got an RV and some very classic, I feel, New Orleans font. Now, I'm going to read the description for your book. Francois lived in a small RV for 6 months, traveling through the Southwest and California, then boondocking on the streets of Austin. He was inspired to write this collection of traveling poetry. Brian joined the project and created the artwork and illustrations. What is boondocking?
Boondocking means that you're parked on the road next to a sidewalk, but you're not plugged into electric or sewer lines. You're just basically you're staying in a place that you're not necessarily supposed to be staying at, and that's kind of what boondock. It's
So
basically
car squatting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's your own RV.
Yeah, right.
You
Okay.
have the right to the RV. You don't necessarily have the right to park where you're parking.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I believe that's what boondock. That's what it meant to me.
Did you deal with any police in that?
A few times. I was in New Mexico between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and I was staying at a Walmart parking lot, and this police officer came to my RV and knocked on the door and said, he just asked me my name and if there was a woman inside my RV. I'm like, I don't think so.
Is there supposed to be?
Yeah, and he's like, are you sure? Well, it's a tiny RV. It's about 100 square feet. I'm pretty, unless she's really tiny and hiding somewhere, and she's not there. In any case, he basically said, look, somebody spotted your RV at the Pueblo, and there was a car theft, and we're blaming you.
Ooh, no.
I think
Whoa.
he made the whole story up just to check me out.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things.
Okay.
So I got out of the RV. I said, look, officer, I have nothing illegal in the RV. I just have my old 14-year-old dog that's farting a lot, and that's it. And no girl that I know of, because apparently it was a couple that was thieving
Yeah.
at the Pueblo. And I told him to please go in and check it out. And he asked me if my dog was nasty or mean. I said, my dog won't even know you're here. He'll continue snoring. and which is exactly what Brutus did. And the officer came in. The whole thing lasted about 25 minutes. I finally said, "Look, officer, can I sleep here tonight?" He says, "Well, that's with you in Walmart." I said, "Yeah, but you came knocking on my door, kind of harassing me. So, am I going to be okay here tonight, or should I just, get on the road and go somewhere else?" No, you'll be all right till morning.
Cool.
Yeah, that's nice. I just imagine like an Albuquerque cop sees an RV. They're looking for that Breaking Bad moment, man. They want to get on the
Sweet
news.
blue.
Yeah. All right, look, you've been in the RV. You've traveled all over. Maybe you can help me ask Ned some questions about his Wyoming
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
well-
so have you
well-
ever been over there?
To where?
So I was at the Teton Mountains, in that area. I think Alta. I truly do not know where I was at.
What state were you in?
Wyoming,
Okay,
but
physical
like
state.
right between Wyoming and Idaho.
Yeah.
So
I've never been up that
Okay.
direction. I have a friend who just moved there, and he swears by it.
I
It's a pretty
I
amazing.
get it. Yeah, I definitely wanted to stay there.
Did you meet any roaming militias? I hear they have a few roaming
No,
militias
no.
there.
Well, I did. So we went on a hike at one point, and we did hear a mysterious bell.
was
wait.
that to warn all the neighbors that you guys were there?
I don't know.
Can you tell us
from
the
Texas
sound of the bell?
area.
Can I tell you the sound of that? I do not have that on my soundboard. If that's what you're looking for.
It was so strange. It was 3 p.m. exactly.
It sounded a little something like this. No, there was a bell. It turned out it was like hanging on a tree or something like that. And we also found like some wild cow roaming around in the forest.
Wild cow?
Yeah, well, I think they just like let them free roam.
Oh, it's not
It's
like
not so much wild as much as just like not
roaming cows.
Yeah, roaming.
It's not
Yeah.
like cows that evaded.
This one was
cow
pretty wild,
imprisonment.
man. This cow was drinking tequila. He was doing crazy tricks. Yeah. It was a wild cow.
Where were the bulls?
No bulls.
That's why the cow.
I
was
promise
wild.
you, no bull. No, and then we also heard.
All right, that was good.
we also heard some crazy growling in the distance while we were hiking too, which we
That's-
learned later was not a bear, but
wolf?
probably a moose.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to be face to face.
Yeah, neither would
Yeah,
I. Either
played
way.
Red Dead Redemption. A moose will destroy you.
Yeah, which is what we referenced the entire time. Connor, you'd appreciate this. The entire time we were hiking, including we went up a mountain, and we're walking around where there was a lot of echo, and I just kept doing a lot of like, Mr. Marston, this trail's got legs. It'll run farther than you can. There's a lot of Red Dead Redemption.
Why did you go up there? What was
I went up for a wedding for one of my friends. He moved up there with his now wife. They worked at Four Seasons here and decided they had the chance to go anywhere, and they decided to choose Wyoming, which we were all like, why would you do? You could have gone to Colorado or something. But now that I've been up there, wow.
Did they live up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they live in Jackson Hole,
Okay.
where Kanye West just recently moved. I found out.
Oh yeah, I saw that headline today.
Yeah. So they live next door. He was at the wedding. He was very great, very nice.
Yeah, did he wear his MAGA hat?
Yeah, he came
Did he
out.
give you one?
He was like, "Yo, what's up?" No,
That's cool. What were the highlights? What were the lowlights?
highlights was the high altitude. No, I was very lightheaded the entire time. We did some hiking.
you sure that wasn't what you were smoking?
It was not what I was smoking. That was a whole different game. No, it was that sweet moose grass. No, the high altitude was a lot. So like every time I drank, I was like, oh no! Like one beer in, I'd be like so much drunker than I thought I would be. I mean, just all the sights were so breathtaking. Like I could try to describe them. We saw some lava fields where like the ground had cracked open and it was all blackened and weird looking.
Oh yeah, I saw some of those driving in northern New Mexico.
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
highway, and it was snow, and yeah, it's just really it's like moonscape. Right?
Yeah. Oh, it's surreal looking. I've been playing a lot of that No Man's Sky game, and it literally like when you're walking on it, like you feel like you're in a different planet. It's freaky.
Wow.
So we did that. We went up some different peaks, saw some sights. There's nothing to really say. It's like I saw a lot of trees,
So
and then I
why-
looked the other direction, saw a lot of fields.
Why did your friends get married all the way up there? They obviously have friends here in Houston. Wouldn't it have been easier to get married in Houston and then go to Wyoming?
So they lived there for the last 5 years.
Got it,
And so
got it.
we've maintained communication between there, but we've never been up there. So when they got married, they're like, would you guys be cool if we did it up here? And so like a bunch of people from Houston came up, and it was we were all just
Did y'all camp
mouth
out?
agape the whole time. Didn't get to camp out. We weren't there too long. So they work at a resort, so we got to stay at a resort.
Oh, that's
so
wow.
I was
Nice.
luxury living this weekend.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
What is luxury living like? What makes it luxury living? Do they come in? And,
2 stories, 2 toilets. No.
That reminds me of my parents.
It wasn't like super luxurious or anything as much as it was just like we were in a ski resort, but there's no snow there, so the niceness of that. It was pretty cool. We actually took a what do you call this, ski lift up to the top of the mountain.
Gondolas.
Gondola. Yeah, we
Is that
took a
what they're
gondola.
Wait,
I thought
were you
gondolas
sitting?
is what you take.
Gondola
like
is
in
the
Venice
car,
on,
I
no,
think.
Gondola is when you take a ski car, and it's also a boat.
Yeah, it's a boat in Venice, right?
Two different things.
Oh, okay.
2 different things. So a gondola can also be when it's the full car taking you up the mountain.
So isn't that weird though? Why is it the same word? Is it like the first time they built those drain things in the mountains? They put an actual gondola.
I wonder if they put
on
like an actual
wires?
boat.
Yeah, and then they call it a gondola. It's been called a gondola since. Like we call these mini computers phones, where in fact they're mini computers.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were in fact gondolas.
Oh, God.
Slow down, dude.
That's what the doctor told you.
Yeah, the first time.
Hey, if you got some fun gondola facts, go ahead and call in at 713-526-8737. We're interviewing someone. Look up why we call them gondolas.
Yeah, tell us the root of the word.
Yeah.
Or
I
hey,
see Sean in the
you
comments.
could even
He's a
make something
wordsmith.
up. We're fine with that.
Yeah. Hey, Mayor Parker, wink, wink, if you want to call in. Or Sean.
Sorry, I have to use the soundboard legally once every like 10 minutes, or we lose it. Yeah.
Oh, no. I didn't remember that. Okay, so how the wedding itself?
The wedding itself was beautiful. They did it outside. It had been raining the days before, but this day in particular was like nice and clean, sun shining. They did it like literally over a cliff, an edge. So there's just like mountains behind them. They had a handmade altar and stuff made with sticks. Like it was beautiful.
So I hear you're a wedding crier as well. I am too.
Yeah. Oh, I can't help myself. Yeah. it's
So do you when
it's
you're
the
at a
vows,
wedding,
man.
Yeah.
When they start doing the vows,
Oh,
it's
it's the
like
worst.
yeah.
every time I'm in that position. Well, I've never been in that position.
Yeah, yeah.
But listening to the vows.
I'll play your cards right by
Yeah.
the end of this radio show. Who knows?
Ooh, yeah. Ladies.
I've
No, it's gonna be Connor or I.
yeah.
Don't get excited here.
There was one wedding that Ned and I attended together, and when the vows started, I did cry. They were incredibly touching. But for the most part, and I'm not going to name any names, but I've gone to a few family members' vows or wedding where when I hear their vows, I'm like, I wish you would let me punch this up a little bit. Like, oh wow,
Dude, just tag me in.
Corinthians
Just tag
again?
me in. We'll do a run. You're an improviser. You got this. Yeah.
It's like, can I suggest an editor next time?
Man, I didn't cry, but I was incredibly touched. I had a deep emotional reaction to John Wayne's vows, friend of the
Yeah.
show, when he called his bride my wife,
Yeah.
which was just
Which is Borat, not friend of the show, but you know, if he wants to join the show, he could.
for all we know, any of our guests could be Sacha Baron Cohen. He's a master of disguise.
Yeah, as you legally have to tell us if you're a cop or Sacha Baron Cohen if we ask you.
Shout out to John Wayne. He's been on my show too.
Yeah, he told us about that. He had he was on there just recently, right?
Just recently.
When is his episode going to drop?
It's already.
It's up. Yeah. I
Oh.
listened to it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'm not the best engineer in the world. When I did FM radio, I had somebody who did all that for me.
Yeah.
So we did 3 songs, and the first 2 you can really only hear his voice because
Oh, no. Yeah.
apparently I wasn't, my mics weren't done properly. But that's fine. It's still cool. It's punk, right?
Yeah.
And punk, you're allowed to make as many mistakes as you want.
I wish I knew
Hell
that.
yeah,
in
we
high
are.
What a
You scream,
justification.
Drop the F-bomb. I'm not doing it, as you can tell.
That's true.
Well,
That's
yeah,
true.
we don't do that on the show ever.
Never, ever.
Yeah.
Do you think if you would be more apt to be a fan of the president if he was like, it's punk? You're like, oh, he's right.
Okay, now if the president went on a skateboard around Texas and showed us pictures of him when he was like 18 or something as a punk.
Wait, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know, we were just if Trump was punk,
Yeah.
would he be more acceptable?
I don't know, because then he'd probably be from that part of punk that I don't like. You know, he's like one of those guys who doesn't pick up people who fall in the pit.
Yeah, because
he keeps moshing on top of them. Like, it's,
and to be fair, like and the white nationalists and all those people have really gotten into punk.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we don't like that kind of
the
punk.
skinheads are back. Yeah.
I don't know anything about punk except like what Ned has shown me. I just know
You just know about clowncore now. Yeah.
I just know before I even met Ned, somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to meet Ned Gale?" I was like, "Ned Gale? He's a punk." And then I got to meet him, and you know that he's a punk with a heart of gold.
And you guys now are practically married.
Yeah. I think in 3 years we will have entered a civil partnership or something like that.
God willing.
How many years?
Or whatever God
take?
allows that. Yeah.
Aren't you already in a civil partnership since you've been roommates and working together now for what, 3 years plus?
We've been roommates for like
technically
two
a year.
years.
Well, you were technically squatting when you were the roommate.
We were on the lease together for at least a year, and then I went
We
away,
have
and then I
squatters'
came back
rights
and squatted.
on each other's emotions, I guess.
Can we tell that story about how I squatted in your place?
I want to hear that story.
Yeah, I don't think Greg or Lorraine is listening.
It's not X-rated or anything, is it?
It's not X-rated. It's
No, it's just illegal. Yeah.
so Ned and I used to share a lease, and I was in a garage apartment behind the house, and there was extensive water damage to my apartment, and I had said multiple times like, "Hey, please take care of this," and they just never responded. So eventually I just said like, "Hey, I'm not going to pay rent until you get this taken care of." And they said, "You're not legally allowed to do that. You can't do that, but we'll send somebody out this weekend." And they got it fixed.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, cool." And I was legally advised to take that route. So the end of the lease comes around, and me, Ned, and the other person on our lease, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I'll say it, Jeremy. We all got an email.
I'll say his last name.
We all got an email saying that they were not going to continue the lease. I was like, all right, so now we all got to move. And then Ned and Jeremy got a separate email.
Like 2 minutes later. They're like, "Hey, Ned and Jeremy, you seem like cool dudes. If you want to stay here."
You don't complain about us being slumlords.
You guys are pretty quiet.
Keep in mind, I had lived on their property for like 3 years, and by the last year, I was like, "Just fix my damn ceiling,
Well,
please."
we almost got kicked out when I first moved in. That's when the whole squatters' rights thing came up for us.
What happened with that?
So Jeremy and I moved in earlier than we were supposed to, but we didn't know that. I had applied and put a certain date on there. They had looked over it, quote unquote, and said this date was fine. And then when we moved in, they're like, "What are you guys doing here?" Connor gets an email about them saying like, "Hey, as you know, your so-and-so ends at this time. These are the people on the lease. If there's anyone in there," like they knew that we had moved in already, but they were playing like, "If we walk in there and we see anyone, you guys are all getting arrested. You're trespassing, blah, 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 all this stuff." So we had like 48 hours of freaking and geeking out. They were very difficult to get a hold of.
They refused to give you their personal phone numbers.
Yeah, and they were always like at weird hours, and this whole time we're stressing out, we're freaking out. We ask all of our friends, and like people keep chiming in. They're like, "Oh, you seem stressed today. What's up?" And I explain the situation. They're like, "Well, have you heard of squatters' rights?" And like literally every single person we asked was like, "Well, do you know about squatters' rights?" And
Which is BS in this country, right? Squatters' rights.
BS only in this state. Yeah. Everywhere else, it's like 30 days. You maintain the place you are in some way, whether it's sweeping or paying the electricity. Something to prove that you're doing that. In Texas, it's 30 years.
And you cannot be contacted by the landlord once.
Yeah.
So if a landlord has you living on their property for 30 years and doesn't realize it, then, to be fair, you do deserve that house.
Yeah, if you're on a large acreage of land and you find like a place and you just live in it and no one knows on that acre of land, then you can claim squatters' rights. Otherwise, you're done.
30 years.
You
Wow.
know, in hindsight, maybe I did overreact with those two landlords. Maybe I was the one who was being childish and immature.
Well,
Anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
So I move out, and I ended up just like not having a place to live, and I was just couch surfing and hanging out in my car a lot and just like walking all. I got to learn the city of Houston in a cool way, and then what happened? I guess later I lost my apartment. I got an apartment and then I lost it like a month later.
You were there for a little bit.
I signed a lease and then I lost my job the following Monday. And I was like, oh, crap. It sucked. And it was just like a 6-month struggle of trying to keep the place up. And then at the end of it, when I lost it, I just crashed on Ned's couch.
Well, yeah, and then my roommate, Billy, friend of the show, ended up going out of town for like 4 months. So you're just like, oh, well, I'm just going to
so
move on in.
I just subletted the place. And so Ned and I got to, it was our trial run to see if we could be roommates. Mm-hmm. And we could. It worked, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, we're doing it now.
Yeah.
And we have no complaints.
And
no
so
one doubt us.
You're the friend. You're that guy that showed up and says, "Can I crash on your couch for a couple of days?" and never left.
Hang on.
Are you paying rent now?
I paid rent when it happened.
Okay.
I think for like the months when I was on your couch, I didn't pay rent, or I just like helped out or something. But when Billy moved, I was like, I am paying rent.
Yeah. And that was between you guys.
That's true.
I got my rent from an undisclosed location, Billy, and I don't know where it came from.
No, Billy and I.
Who got that money and who paid what?
Billy and I worked out an agreement, and I paid rent.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I got to sleep in his really sticky bed. I don't know what's going on.
Billy is part man, part spider.
Yeah, a lot of webbing.
Wicked web he weaves.
Anyway, yeah, so that's. We've been roommates for a bit. I bet. Yeah, we'll be married. Is that why we brought this up?
I don't remember.
No, because I think we cry at weddings, and so.
Oh yeah.
When you two get married, and
it's crazy. He told that entire story, not a single tear.
Yeah. when you two get married, and we get a baggie of that sweet, sweet moose grass.
Oh yeah.
From Wyoming.
I don't have a reggae sound loop. That's sweet, sweet moose grass.
The only bull with moongrass is Bullwinkle.
I need more sound loops. I screwed up.
You worked hard today getting all those sound loops put in there. Yeah, you got a few in there.
Yeah, just 4.
Oh.
But they're the 4 ragingest sound loops you could ever have in your life.
Do you happen to have the song for one of our segments?
I do not. I figured we could still pull it up.
All right, yeah. I'll get on that.
Let's get into the segment.
Well, first off, what kind of food did they have at the wedding?
I did want to talk about one particular food item I have. Anyone who's friends with me on Instagram, I got a lot of messages, a lot of feedback. While I was in Idaho driving around, we stopped at a gas station that had Square ice cream. There's the big advertisement on the door. It's like, try our Square ice cream.
Square ice cream. That's not a good name for ice cream.
So it's an ice cream. Well, so I'm leading you in the wrong direction here. It's cubed. It's 3-dimensional. It's not described as square. So it's a cone, and then every scoop you get is just a cube of ice cream, rather than your standard rounded scoop.
Wow.
Yeah.
The packaging must be very difficult. Wait.
Well, so they have a scooper there that cubes. It's like a little grabber claw. They like push it in a machine like and like pulls out a cube, and then they put it in and they give it to you, and you go, wow.
I'm against it completely.
I'm super into it. I loved
really?
it. Yeah, no, it was great. And I also got like so everything up there is huckleberries. It's like huckleberry candy, huckleberry jam, huckleberry anything. So I got a cheesecake huckleberry ice cream, and it was
good,
amazing. Yeah, some of the best ice cream I've ever had in my life.
I'll try the square ice cream.
If you're in
ever in Wyoming,
the Swan Valley, I think is the area. Yeah, check it out.
Okay, now Frank,
wait, we got a Rager question.
Oh,
okay, wait. Do we want to ask this question now? Yeah, we'll do this and then we'll get into it. So this is a Rager question. This is a party question asking.
Ooh, okay.
What is the raciest game of Truth or Dare you've ever played?
Ooh, the one where someone dared me to go in a race.
What kind of race?
Oh,
Foot
wacky
race.
one.
yeah, wacky. Me and my dog hopped in my car and threw banana peels and mud bombs at other cars.
Okay, tell us about your raciest game, and then we're going to use that to give inspiration for our next question we just got. Brenda just said that she just bought a blue mystery snail and needs a name for it. So why don't you tell us about your raciest truth or dare story, and we'll find a name in that story.
See, that's putting me on the spot because I don't have a really racy truth or dare story. I don't think anybody's ever dared me to do anything. Can you guys dare me to do something right now?
I dare you
I dare you to make one up.
to name the snail Duty. No, let's talk. Okay, well, let's talk about snail names then at the same time. Because like, what's a racy name for a snail? Like
Escargot.
snail. Oh, I like that. I was going to say Snail Earnhardt
Snail Earnhardt?
Jr.
I feel like that's less racy. Wait, are we saying racy as in race related?
Well,
No,
I was
race-
doing it that way, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
I thought racy as in like
Risque.
sexy.
Yeah, that's what I thought. A risque name for a snail?
Fast slime.
Oh God, no, Francois,
yeah.
don't.
Okay. Fast slime, slow hands.
Wait, this is a name, not a movie title.
What are you talking?
Yeah.
Horses have long names. They're like Huckleberry Mountain Syrup Fin or something like that.
What horse is this?
I raced a
I
horse
saw
that wins.
9 horses while I was there. One we thought was dead. Did you know horses sleep on their side?
Yes, they do.
I thought they
And
would
they're
just
not
sleep
dead.
down on the ground. We saw a horse just laid out.
Well, they got to do something with those long legs. They can't just tuck them in.
I guess I thought they would have slept on their back.
And do what with their legs?
Like, look, he's dreaming about walking. I guess. Yeah, that's my pitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? Wait, you said yours.
I said Snail Earnhardt Jr. I
Dale
think
Earnhardt
it's
Jr.
fun.
That's pretty good. That's pretty funny.
Or how about Shane?
Shane?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if you got a name for a snail,
Brenda,
call in.
yeah, are any of these doing it for you?
Yeah. What were you going to say, Francois?
I was going to say slime cargo, but it doesn't work either.
Slime
I don't know.
cargo.
I kind of
Yeah.
like slime cargo.
Yeah, it's like escargot, but it's a slimy escargot, which it is anyway, so you
Yeah.
just call it a slime cargo.
I feel like if I was a snail and a dad, I would make a lot of like. I feel like I would make a lot of like. Hey, got a lot of slime cargo. Like, hey, do you have escargot shorts? Just kidding. I'm a dad and a snail. And
An escargot and Speedos with a little slime. On the blue.
hey,
So,
Francois-
Brenda, if any of those are doing it for you, yeah. Brenda said no, all caps. All right, we'll keep thinking of snail names, but seriously, if anyone does have a name for the snail, do call in at 713-526-8737. Brenda, don't worry, we'll get this sorted out for you. She said slime cargo kind of works.
There we go.
Hell yeah. There you go, buddy. All right. Do you think a snail would eat hot wings?
Yes, yes.
You do?
Yeah.
What
But
do you
you-
think a snail's favorite wing flavor would be?
Spicy spinach barbecue.
Ooh.
Actually, yeah.
that sounds kind of good.
Yeah, maybe
I was
kind
going to
of
say
like
shell blazer.
I like that better.
Shell blazer Hellraiser.
God. I mean, that sound gets me every time. All right, look, I don't know what kind of flavor a snail would eat for wings. I just know that I'm not going to be a snail within the next 10 days. Why don't I just go ahead and get to our segment? Because my transition is not working at all.
Moving at a snail's pace.
Shut up.
Play it.
Steamed Brussels
Crap.
sprouts.
It's in the middle of it. Wait, start it over. Oh, crud.
A wingo watch, 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 a wingo watch. We want some wings.
All right, Francois.
I tried to join in.
Francois assist.
All right, Francois. In case you don't know, and for those listening at home, in case you don't know, Wing Watch is a segment that we have started doing on the show where there is a new wing restaurant opening up at the corner of Westheimer and Taft. It is the location of the old Mango's, Biscuit Junkie, and Podna's. And every week we update our listeners with what's going on with the restaurant based on what we can see from the outside.
Now, as we told everyone last week, they do have a satellite. We did see some lights on inside. They have a mix and match Coke machine.
Yep.
What else did we see that was new?
what
a
I
new
re-
door was the big thing.
There's
last
a new
week.
door, which they also posted. And if you follow us on Facebook, you saw our update that we shared. They have a new door.
What I really like about that building is that it takes them like 8 months to get it ready to open. Then they open a new restaurant, and then the restaurant's open for 1 month. And then it closes down, and it takes another 8 months to rebuild.
Not
it's kind of a cute thing.
This one is going to last because we're wing freaks.
Yeah, we're probably
going to eat there every Monday.
yeah, we might just go there way too often. Should I just be honest in the updates we got here?
We should give the update. I'll also post a picture. Guys, or should I post the picture now? I've got it on me.
Go ahead and post a picture. I'll tell.
we are big stands.
I like that picture.
So it's for those looking. It's me and Ned. We took a selfie in the parking lot of Wings of Houston. It's beautifully composed. And there's a giant Effin Rager watermark on it. Promoting
Our logo's there like 9 times.
it's promoting
Wait,
Wing Watch.
Connor, is half your head is shaved off, it looks like.
It was like the day after I got a haircut.
Okay.
It was the hotness of the wings behind him was singeing his hair. These nuclear.
You need to learn the art of the comb over.
I hate this haircut. I'll be honest. Everyone's like, "You look good." I'm like, "I look like a jackass." I hate this haircut so much. It does not work for me.
You just need to put your wings on.
So look, we emailed the restaurant, and we finally got a response back. We called him. We tried to get him on the show tonight. I called him today. I was like, "Look, if you want to come in on the back half, hang out with you, me, and Francois, like it'll be great." No response. Didn't pick up. But then we did a little digging into this guy. Turns out he is the owner of Podna's, which was the last restaurant that this building was. So I just think he realized, like, maybe
Switched it
Cajun
up.
food's not working. Let's go wings. Which, hey, good on you.
As advertised, an elevated wing experience,
Which we don't know.
I'm excited about.
Well, wait. Did you guys try Partners while it was there?
All right.
Like, I
okay,
walked in
so-
once and I didn't buy anything.
So we tried once.
Oh, we're getting a phone call.
Okay. Oh gosh, I hope it's not him.
Hi, you're on Effin Rager.
Yeah, Podnas deserve to die. That was just an awful spot. I'm glad it got taken over.
Jack, what can you tell us about Podna's? Why did it suck?
Okay, so I ordered from Grubhub one time, right? And the gumbo, they gave me like all stew. There's nothing, no good bits at the bottom. I mean, not even like one ladle. Not even like one ladle or 2 ladles of actual protein. It was just all broth. It was awful.
Okay.
They deserve their death.
Wait, hang on a second. So don't you think it may be more fair to blame Grubhub for this egregious error?
No, because Podnas knows what they're doing. So they know when they get a Grubhub order that it's going to be delivery, right? So the person can't come in there and, like, yell at them. So what they do is they just, like, fill it full of, like, stew, and then they just give it to the delivery guy, and then by the time it gets to me, I'm just like, oh. I mean, if they did that in the restaurant, they know there would be an issue.
Okay, so you think that they intentionally did this to screw with you for not coming into the restaurant?
No, they
That's a slight bit of paranoia.
Money on the online orders. It's the classic tactic.
Okay, so you are claiming that Podnas knew exactly what they were doing and did this on purpose.
Yes.
You think
Wow.
Podnas attacked you?
Wow. This is a very bold claim. Jack, I guess knowing this about Podnas, do you have any thoughts for Wings of Houston?
I'll check it out, but you never know. They could be skimping on their wing meat, you know? Sometimes
Ooh.
places are cursed.
Oh,
you
like
know, they
brewing.
skimp
Do you think
in
it's going to
other
have
places.
teeny tiny wingies?
What if they like skip on their potato salad? What about the mac and cheese?
Who the hell
Plenty of
goes to a
things.
wing place?
Yeah,
for
I'm not going there for potato
salad?
salad. Jalapeno shooters, maybe.
Yeah, you got to get some appetizers with their wings.
That's true. What do you think? What are you hoping they're gonna have?
What kind of wing flavors?
No, appetizers.
Yeah, what kind of apps do you think?
Ooh, some crab cakes would be nice.
crab?
Crab cake? What are you talking about?
I love
Everybody
crab
else
cakes.
has crab cakes.
Drop this guy.
Jack, have you ever gotten wings not at a country club?
They're just like clearly using like the pandas like stuff. Like it's just like all Cajun wings. Like
All right, let's go around. Jack, stay on the line. We're gonna go around. We're each gonna give two answers: a
Okay.
flavor you think they're gonna have, and a flavor you want them to have.
yeah.
Ned, why don't we
Here,
start with
and
you?
let's
Okay.
coming in at the wing draft. We got some delicious hot flavors for you. Because the first thing you're gonna dip your tongue into is nice, spicy lemonade.
You think spicy lemonade is gonna be one of their flavors?
Yep, it's like lemon pepper, but much sweeter.
Wow. Okay.
Just
okay.
lemonade.
All right.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
about you, Francois?
I'm going to go with the extra Cheeto.
Extra
Cheeto.
Ooh.
Okay.
Connor Clifton, big fan of the Cheeto
Oh
chicken
yeah.
sandwich.
Oh, big fan. Mondo fan. All right. Look, guys. I know this is crazy, but I think that the big flavor you're gonna have is the Beyond Chicken flavor.
Whoa.
They're gonna make it into a sauce, and they're gonna coat the chicken
But
with
it's
that
still
sauce.
just chicken.
Yeah.
Did you say Beyond Chicken or Beyonce Chicken?
Beyonce.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Maybe my second round pick.
If
All
you
right.
like it, you should have put a wing on it.
Okay, Jack. What flavor do you think they're gonna have?
Boys, the summer is still going. It's still rocking. It's hot as hell. I'm talking about a strawberry limeade wing. Cool you down.
Hey, you copied my lemonade.
No, strawberry limeade. Limeade is different. Way better.
Oh, yeah,
Dad,
it's
you
really
dumbass.
different from lemonade.
Have you ever had a nice strawberry limeade? It put a little maraschino cherry. Pick one up.
Low
talking about
tequila.
wings.
Drive through.
Limeades and crab cakes. This guy doesn't know wings at all. Get him out of here.
All right, dang, wow. Thanks for calling in. You totally beefed it. Okay.
Aaron's saying jalapeno ranch. That sounds pretty good.
Ooh, Pie Pizza, big proponent of the jalapeno ranch. I really like what they got. I think
also
they do a
saw-
good job with it.
Lindsay was talking about her king cake was a colorful cinnamon roll. I only saw that in the corner of my eye, and I thought she was pitching king cake flavored wings, which I am 100% behind.
You know, I
and there's
said-
a baby in one of the wings.
Oh, that's right. Now you got to buy a 100-pack for everybody. Now, look, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think that a chicken wing could stand to have like a sweet flavor. Like, have you been to Wingstop, Francois?
I'm not a wing guy. Yeah, I know. I'm a bummer. I'm a party pooper. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all right.
I like Brussels sprouts.
Okay. Yeah, so you'd like that.
Is there a blue
that
thing on here?
what was that spinach flavor wing that you and the snails want to eat? Yeah, we'll get that.
I like snails too. A little garlic, you know.
Oh, yeah. I guess just an escargot flavored wing.
Yeah. That would be like the French one with the French accent.
All right, I think that about does it for Wing Watch. Let's go ahead and play our closeout song here. I don't. Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, there you go. Thanks for listening to Wing Watch, everybody. It's a work in progress, just
We're
like
all-
the restaurant.
Yeah.
Now, Francois, we're getting close to the end of the show here, but I wanted to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit more about Songs of the Rollin Chateau.
I would love to. So, songs of the can I read a poem?
Yeah,
I would love it.
It's called The Rolling Chateau. You may have to be close to the button for a few
yes.
seconds. It's only the word in the last sentence.
Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. We're getting one more call.
Oh.
Hang tight. Hey, you're on Effin Rager.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing. All right? Like, Francois, you seem like a nice enough guy, but, like, you don't really seem like a rager. I'm just going to put it out there.
Whoa.
Are you kidding me? This guy boondocked in the city of Austin. Are you going to say he's not a rager?
I mean, you don't have any racy truth or dares. You want what? Like
Wait.
seaweed wings?
Can you? Yeah, wait a second. You're right. No, can you?
Where's your party? I'm trying to get your angle here.
Look, if you listen to the last episode that Francois was on, you'll know that he did do some partying in Austin. You were the ubiquitous guy on a couch for a bit, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so he was the guy on the couch. Ned, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, caller, if you could give us a dare, we could try to do that for you to prove.
Yeah, dare us something.
This guy
I'm not
rages.
here for dare. I do like the idea of like the guy on the couch. I was in a friend's music video like a couple years ago, and I was a guy on the couch in a music video. I was wearing like pajamas that had like the button like thing in the back so you could moon your friend.
Oh, like the butt flap?
Yeah.
That's the only purpose that flap serves.
Do you butt flap party ever?
What does that even mean?
Do you butt flap
party?
Hey, go get some wings with us, and then we'll have a butt flap party. Trust me on that one, man. All right. Thanks for calling in, but I can assure you that Francois is a big-time rager, and hey, as a rager, we got to give you your time to talk about your book, man. We got to give you time to talk about the collaborative project that you have made with you and Brian Wooten, and how that automatically makes you a rager. So please, read this poem.
All right, this is called The Rollin Chateau. The captain was mulling over his melancholia, anchored in a sea of concrete and asphalt. Something was gurgling up inside his bowels. All the while, the first officer was snoring and farting a tune the captain had heard a few times before. If the sea is made of concrete, my boat will never sink. And if the birds are pigs flying with wings made of aluminum foil, and I hear them snorting songs about the pink skies they overtook, and the shitstorm is coming, no doubt.
All right.
I'm not. Was that a rager enough poem?
Yeah.
I don't know. My confidence is completely gone
No,
now.
I think that's absolutely a rager poem.
That was fantastic. I loved it. Do you have any others that you would want to read for everyone?
Yeah. Well, I'll come up with one here in a second. But
Okay.
I do would like to talk about the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the book I wrote while sleeping in an RV in Austin on the side of the road. I had just taken 4 months driving through the Southwest in California, working on farms, meeting strangers, crashing in Monterey on the side of the road, getting harassed by cops on Ventura Beach and Albuquerque. And so I came back and wrote this book with 40 poems in it, and I think everybody in America should read it. That's
Okay.
all.
I
That's all I
absolutely
want.
love it.
Yeah. Absolutely. If you were to go to Kickstarter.com, would you just look up Songs of the Rollin Chateau?
Yeah, Songs of the Rollin Chateau, and Rollin has no G at the end.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, it's we forgot to put the G there, and we did all the graphic designs, and we put out all the books, we did everything, and then we're like, oh man, we forgot the G. It's okay.
Dude, I don't want to freak you out, but Effin Rager, same thing.
I know.
That makes you
should
a
have been
rager.
Effin
Oh,
Rager.
my God.
This guy parties so hard he's forgetting the G. Call the police.
Drop your G.
Oh, we're getting another phone call. Hey, you're on Effin Rager.
Hey, the snail's name is Francois Escargot.
All right. What a...
Oh, wait, that wasn't the applause button. That was just the snail.
That's like applauding with your feet.
That name's got legs.
I guess I'm both slimy and slow. Thanks, caller.
Oh, man. Do you have anything else you'd like to say about the book or anything, any backstories or promo stuff?
Yeah, I would like everybody to go on Kickstarter and accidentally click the buttons where it says if you'd like to, we can't call people to do things. So, it's, figure it out.
Yeah, there's definitely a way to
Wait,
phrase
wait, wait,
this
wait,
that we have not figured out in 80 episodes.
Hang on a second. I think we just found a way around it. Francois, if you had 3 wishes, what would those wishes be?
The wish would be for you to go on Kickstarter, click on the button that says, I donate so much.
There you go.
Okay, so you wish for me to go to Kickstarter.com
Yeah.
and just look up From the Rollin Chateau?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just a simple guy.
Look at me. I'm starting to sweat and feel happy. My heart is beating faster and faster and faster.
Okay.
Connor is coming to my website.
Now, what's your second
So
wish?
that's good. Yeah.
Do you have a second wish?
Get a second Rollin Chateau and bring all of you on the trip next time.
Ah,
I like it.
I hope your third wish is for us to wish the same thing as you just did.
Exactly.
You got it. All right. Well, that was easy enough. See, the law is so easy to get around.
You hear that?
Oh, wait. Do it one more time? All right. On that note, I think we can move into our final segment here. Let me, here we go. I want a new plug. Tell me what's going on. Tell us all the stuff you're doing after I sing this song. All right, Francois, you already mentioned your book, but I want to go ahead and give you another opportunity to give your spiel here. So go ahead and plug your Kickstarter.
Oh my gosh! So I have a Kickstarter. Kickstarter is crowdfunding, right? We people raise money to do a creative project. What I decided to do different is that Brian Wooten, the artist, and myself, the writer, we put the project together before we went to Kickstarter. So now we just need you to help us print the book.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's all ready to go. Yeah.
The thing is, I tried to do a Kickstarter before, and I have a slight problem. Is that sometimes I can't go forward on my projects that I want to do because I'm lazy and I'd rather stay in bed and sleep. So this time I did the project first and then asked for your help because then I know that the project's already done.
I like it.
So
You have proof right here. You have the
so that when people help me, they will get a book.
yeah.
The book actually exists.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we have the prototype right here,
Yeah, right
in
here.
your hand. Early copy,
Yeah.
but not the true print version.
Now,
Yeah, that's amazing. All right.
And also your podcasts.
Radar Talk Intimate, where
Yeah.
I interview people. I'm not nearly as funny as you guys are, but that's what I do. I interview people, creative folks. I just talked with Chris Brown yesterday. That was my show that I posted this morning, and he's a big-time author with HarperCollins, so that's what I do.
That's awesome.
Hey, before you say, like, you're not as funny as us, first off, God bless you for saying something so
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, you're beautiful.
But, God. But being on your show was incredibly fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
good.
we had an absolute
You
blast.
are a great interviewer. Thank you for helping me interview Ned for the show today.
Yeah.
I think if you go back and listen to that part of the podcast, you can see that Francois really knows what the hell he's doing.
and
So
heck, go listen to that episode of his podcast.
specifically
Specifically the one with you guys on.
Yeah. Listen to it a few times. Download it, delete it, download it, delete it. What are you gonna do? Ned, what do you have to plug?
This Thursday, as with every Thursday, I'll be at the Secret Group doing improv with Futile Society, 8 p.m., only $5 to see some hilarious comedy made up on the spot. And then this Saturday, Swimwear Department will be playing at Secret Group at about 10 p.m., I believe. You'll see that on my social media, but check it out. It's a free show. We've got a lot of new songs. It's going to be a really fun show.
Okay.
And I think that's about all I have to plug at the moment.
You don't have a show next week?
Probably. Is it? Which one?
Can?
Oh, yeah.
Is that not happening?
No, it is. That's in October, though.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, it's September right now.
I honestly thought it was like the week before my town hall show.
No, I don't think so. I'll check. I don't know. Follow me
man.
on @NetOfTheDead for everything.
I'm a real dingus. Well, hey, yeah, I got something to plug. We're doing another town hall show.
Yeah.
September 28th at Secret Group. Hopefully, I will see y'all there. If I had a wish, I'd wish for you to show up. It's going to be great. A really killer lineup. I'm already booking people, and it's going to be a great one. They're all great. Everybody who comes on that show is great. I'm at Cliftocurrency on Instagram and Twitter. Francois, what's your social media stuff?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I use my real name for everything that I do, Francois Pointeau. So you just put me on Facebook. I'm the only Francois Pointeau in Texas, I think.
Bold claim. Bold claim.
And if there's another one out there, please.
Yeah.
bring your 6-shooter. Yeah, pistol to dawn, buddy.
There can only be one of us.
Do you want to go out on a final poem? I saw you might have one.
Yeah. Let's. Oh shoot!
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw you had one open, but
I did, and then
crud.
Well,
no.
no. Doubt.
You know what? Let me cue this up.
And
So we'll go ahead and go out on this poem. So Francois, why don't you?
That's a lot of pressure, man.
Oh, I think it'll be fine and poignant.
Can I do a political poem?
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I don't have anything funny.
Can you tell us the name of this poem?
Revolution
All
with
right.
a question mark.
Go for it.
Revolution when faced with a mob of pitchforks. The amount of money in your bank account doesn't matter anymore. That money belongs to somebody else. And it's just you and the pitchforks. And the pitchforks usually win.